He is bag holding this. There is nothing that will allow you to disrespect your stops. That risk management is the most important part of this. Hey, how's it going, traders? This is William from Bearable Traders, and we're going to get into another email for Confessions from a Trader. This one's really interesting. But before we do that, just a couple quick announcements. Andrew has been gone. He is off the grid taking a well-deserved vacation. He'll be back to normal starting next week, and that's why you haven't seen any recaps from him. And then number 2, the DOS Trader Challenge is starting next week, and we'll put a link in the description below for you to look that up. We highly recommend that for new traders, traders that haven't even started yet or are only in sim, or experienced trader. It is a great way to improve your trading by getting the chance to, even though it's simulator, it feels more real because there's actual prizes on the line, and it forces you to try to treat it a little more realistic, because you can still blow up and you can still lose and you can still trade really smart and win something. All right, so it's a really great opportunity. And one more announcement, we have a meetup in the Bay Area, San Francisco, next Saturday, September 7th, at the Beer House. I think, yeah, it's Beer House. It's probably pronounced a little bit different in German, but at the Beer House, and we'll put the description below and a link, and that's open to all traders. You do not have to be a Bearable Traders member to join, and we are buying drinks for everyone, and we're not doing any hard selling. It is just a night of free drinks and talking about trading with other traders. There'll be plenty of traders from our chat room. I'll be there. Other moderators might be there. And anyone is welcome. You do not have to be a member of our community to come, but we hope you come out. All right, let's get into this email. All right, so this will be the second installment of Confessions from a Trader, where we just want stories to learn about traders' history, how they started, and something that they did that they can learn from and share with the community of behavior that they want to confess and get off their chest, so they don't have to hold it in. They can express it here through Bearable Traders, which will really help them alleviate that pressure of holding it in if they can share it with someone, and we can all learn from it at the same time. So we're going to learn this next one from Mario Alfonso. So let's get into the email. And I want to say, please email me at william@bearabletraders if you guys have any interesting stories you want to share, you want to get off your chest, and that we can share with the trading community. So let me give a little more back history about myself, and please pardon the English grammar, as it is not my native language. I am a software developer living in El Paso, Texas, 43 years old, married with 3 children, recently had a little girl, 1.5 months old. Congratulations. My current job will relocate to Dallas. At work, they gave me the option of relocating or terminating my work with the company. I have always felt kind of trapped in these jobs, just making it to support my family. Always thought there must be another way of being more independent and having more time working more efficiently to enjoy what matters the most. And I agree with you. That's a huge draw of trading. 100% agree. I started selling video games on the side, scalping on hyped products, the limited edition consoles, and selling them up at a markup. I realized I needed to do something else with my money. When my savings account statement with 12 cents of interest for the month, somehow I felt I was doing something wrong with my money, like I was giving it to somebody else. Anyways, my business was giving me more profit than my bank, but still felt something was missing. Too much effort and risk, sometimes having to cross the country to Mexico, where the games would sell best for the little money. So it sounds like they sell more if he goes to Mexico, but that's risky. Then a friend from work one time told me, "Why don't you buy and sell stocks?" I was always under the notion that the stock market was just a big scam, pretty much like gambling. My friend said, just start with a little money, and introduced me to Robinhood app. I started doing swing trades on the companies that I knew and heard news about, Netflix, Apple, etc. And I don't know if I'm lucky or not, but started making some money. After a while, and after watching the prices, I kind of got the feeling on how much a stock was worth, or so I thought. This got me to my next question. Could I make a living off trading stocks? So I did a search on YouTube and found some guy, I can't remember his name, but recommended some websites for basic knowledge, and in one of those links, Andrew's book on how to trade for a living. It showed up on the search, I guess. It was at this time when I knew the difference between swing trading and day trading. Trying to make the short story here, I took my gains I made on my swing trades from Robinhood and invested in becoming a Bear Bull Traders member. We really appreciate that. We want to help you in every way we can, Mario. Thank you. I'm taking advantage of the paternity leave from work, exactly 3 months, the same time the simulator lasts. It's been a struggle for sure. I realize day trading is a whole different animal, very fast, very stressful. The fear of missing out on an opportunity is so strong. I'm on my 2nd month of trading on Sim and have been red most of the time. Most of the times I end up extremely frustrated because I have taken some of the same trades on my Robinhood account with real money. For example, I took a bad trade on Lyft that I am now stuck on. Very similar thing that happened to TVX, now with a $1,200 loss. As you know, Lyft has been on the bottom for the last week, along with Uber. I know it will come back. It might not come back, and how long? It probably will come back. It might not, you never know, but how long can you stay solvent with the dips? That's the problem. Maybe you're right, but can you withstand a huge dip before it goes in the direction you need? That's a huge question, Mario. So you know it will come back. I know it sounds like wishful thinking sometimes, but in the case of these companies, I don't think they are going bankrupt soon, or so I hope. Anyways, I never realized this after listening to you guys. The interview with Dr. Steenbarger, how hard it is to accept loss. It is the hardest thing, and it is made conscious by trading. A lot of our imperfections are brought up to the light by trading. I am amazed by this. So true. Trading reveals things to us that we didn't know existed in us. One of the really fascinating things about trading. There are some days I think I might be lying to myself, and that you simply can't live off of day trading. The satisfaction I get regardless if this works for me or not is that I at least tried it. I am always eager and motivated to learn new things, and being part of the community and learning has been an excellent experience so far. Thanks for reading. I hope it is not a huge letter. I tried to make it as short as possible. Keep up the good work as always, and see you in the chat room. Yeah, Mario, you bring up a lot of good points, and you are realizing your journey you're realizing yourself through trading on this journey, and you're a month and a half in. You know, most traders blow up 1 or 2 accounts before they make it. They have to trade for about a year before they even get a sense that they can really do this. They'll have some big ups, they'll have some big downs. You are in the infancy of potentially the hardest thing you'll ever achieve in finding success in a career. It's extremely difficult. So first of all, you're doing everything right. You just need to not have that pressure of some sort of time frame. You need to relax, take it slow, know that it's going to take more than 3 months in simulator to be successful, okay? It will take longer than that. All right, so now let's get into the actual, this was him wanting to explain a little bit more about who he is and his background. So let's get into now his actual confession that he wanted to make. And it sounded like he lost big money on bag holding on Lyft. Now with a $1,200 loss, I think. But let's look at the actual email he sent originally, because that's what I wanted to share. All right, so this is the document he sent on his TVX trade. And we've probably all been there. We've all done it. So Mario, just note that this is not you alone. Everyone has done things like this. People just don't share it, so people don't know that it's not just them. So by you sharing it, other people are going to realize, oh shoot, it's not just me, right? This is what other people do. And it'll help you to understand you're not a bad trader, you're not stupid, you're not a bad person, you're just falling victim to what all of us fall victim to in the beginning, and sometimes even in the intermediate stages and at the end of our trading when we're more seasoned, we still do stuff like this. So I made some money on the previous days on TVX, so I saw an opportunity to trade it again. I was going for those highs on the daily, upper 20, okay? So he's going long here as it's breaking out over the daily. Okay, he's got the weekly up and he's swing trading. He has that swing trading background from Robinhood. Now, I took it for what I thought was an opening range break, but the move down so quick. Notice there, he's got his longs right here, right at the top basically, and now it's starting to dump and he has no sell orders. He is bag holding this. On the spike, I lost $300 to $400 quick, and I thought it might come back up. Okay, so it spiked down. He thought it might come back up. Like everything I trade does at some point. He says he always gets a spike. He always gets a spike until you don't, Mario. You don't always get it. And when you don't, when you do bad behavior that pays off because you hold through it and you think that's okay to do, you're gonna get burned just like this. All of my other trades were spot on, but that one, I heard this morning in the chat the advice you were giving to William, the other William. I was giving advice to another William, and I thought this example would represent what you were saying. So I thought I might share it with you so you can use it. Yeah, thank you. He's actually got decent trades, right? 295, 175, 201, small loss, big winner, excellent. But then this, right there, negative $3,600. Mario, you can't do that, man. And I know you know that. This, not only will it take many days to weeks to recover financially, the mental currency, the mental capital, the emotional currency and capital, and that's a term I learned from another great trader, Robert H. from Bearable Traders, that's going to be so much harder to get back than the financial gains you need. You need to understand trading is 80 to 90% psychological. You can make all of these great trades and make really smart setups and feel yourself really good, and in one day and in one trade, you can lose it all. It'll take you weeks and months to build up your confidence and make all this money, and then in that one trade, in that one moment, you can lose it all. And you just need to understand that the psychological impact is greater than the financial impact when you do stuff like this, okay? And when you do bad behavior that pays off in the past, when it goes down, you pass your stop and it spikes back up and it always gives you a chance to get out or even make some money, that's the worst way to make money, because it gives you the false sense of security and it gives you the notion that you are allowed to be undisciplined and miss your stops. So you have to be extremely careful. Now, how do you do this? What do you work on? You work on one thing and one thing only: respecting your stops, no matter what. There is nothing that will allow you to disrespect your stops. That is the number one rule. Andrew talks about it all the time. Risk management is the most important part of this. If anyone asks you what you do, man, start to tell them something different so it gets in your head psychologically. If they say, hey, what are you doing to make money? Or hey, how's it going? Like, just tell me about what you're doing. Say you're a risk manager. Think of it that you are a risk manager. And then they'll explain, they'll ask what the heck does that mean? And you can explain it. But don't instantly say you're a trader or you work in the markets or a day trader. Say you're a risk manager. Get that in your head. You need to manage your capital. You need to manage your risk. You need to do exactly what you did on these trades. Nice winners, small losers, amazing. You gotta manage this, right? If you're in too heavy and you're down 400, cut it. Cut it right there, because you're not a trader. You're a risk manager. And a risk manager does not allow this. A trader allows this. A risk manager doesn't. Okay, so try to think about it in those terms. There's a whole lot more that you can do, and I'm gonna ask for some comments. So people, if you're watching this, please put some comments in below on what you've done to help with this type of thing. Really, it's an issue of bag holding, about missing your stops. It's about hope and belief, and it's about doing bad behavior in the past that you think is gonna pay off again and again and again, unless you do it more often and more often. All of these things we need to get out of our system. You can't do them. That is the recipe for becoming, or to be a losing trader and not to be successful in this. So please comment below, give him some nice words as well, and thank you so much, Mario. We really appreciate everything you did here to share.